In a sales environment where the stakes may be high and there is fierce competition, sometimes sales representatives can be faced with situations where they really have to reevaluate, is this ethical or is it not? And ethics is a topic that is highly controversial, and in my industry, the pharmaceutical industry, it is something that the representative is faced with on a daily basis. One specific example that I can remember is my first time in the field as a pharmaceutical sales representative, having had no experience in the industry. And the colleague whose position I was filling, because she was being promoted, took me to a ride-along. And during that ride-along, I had an opportunity to really observe everything she was doing and learn the ropes from her, her style and her way of conducting business. And one of the things that she showed me was a graph. And she explained that there were psychiatrists in the area that she was wining and dining. And having had no experience in the industry, I was still learning what was allowed and what wasn't allowed. Because in the industry there is something that's called the Pharma Code and the Pharma Guidelines. And all pharmaceuticals companies have to abide by this code. And it's a code that gives you a guideline of how to conduct business in an ethical way. So it's a very black and white area. So I looked at this graph, and this colleague of mine said, this is where this psychiatrist, this is the time period where the psychiatrist was not writing this antidepressant that I was selling. And then I saw a spike on this graph. And I said, oh wow, but then this psychiatrist did started writing. And she said, yes, this is because of the product blitzes. And I said, product blitz, what are you inferring? What are you saying? And she said, well, I'm taking this psychiatrist and all of his family and friends to New York City to wine them and dine them. And I'm using my corporate credit card to do it. And if you notice, and she showed me the spike again in the sales and the prescriptions that the physician was writing, this is after the weekend that I took them, that there was this spike. There is definitely something wrong with this situation. I didn't challenge her on it at the time because I was junior to her in my position and my tenure with the company, so I didn't feel comfortable. In hindsight, I wish that I had the confidence to confront her about it and really dig and find out what was going on. I didn't. And what I did do was ignore it. And when I went on to take on the position after she had left, I was able to find time to visit the psychiatrist. And surprisingly, the psychiatrist challenged me and said, oh, when are we going to go to New York City with my friends?